Alright, troops, strong and conditioned, live and direct from the burpee den, the voice. It's back, it's back, it's back. Right guys, bowled over by the response to my video yesterday. A lot of really good comments there. A lot of people can kind of see where I'm coming from. However, I'm not taking the proverbial dump on bodybuilding. It's brilliant, it's great, it's just not for me. I don't have the consistency or I've not got the mental capacity to deal with that style of training over an extended period of time. I learned that. But it's great. I just want to get that out there, right? Just in case people misinterpreted the message. Anyway, guys, number 2 is that conditioning is king, and that is the premise of this video. Conditioning is the man. Conditioning is the bomb. Conditioning is what it's all about. We need to be conditioned, and I'll get to that in a minute. However, number 3, let's just be scatty-brained here. Number 3 is that to reflect about my whole YouTube status, my YouTube channel. I was a different guy when I was doing YouTube in its first phase. This is phase 2 now. But first phase, I was a different guy. I had different things going on, and I had a different mindset in some ways, right? But what I mean is this. I was kind of just trying to get an audience almost, and I had to filter stuff down. I had to tone it down. Right now, it's just Scottish now, guys. If you can understand what I'm saying, then more power to you. You're going to learn 2 things. You're going to learn what I'm trying to explain about my experiences, and you're going to learn Glaswegian, man. And if you can learn Glaswegian, you can learn any language in the world, man. This shit is thick. This stuff is thick. Anyway, I need to watch my language as well today because I couldn't monetize my last video because I was swearing too much, and I was kind of upset because I need the money. I need the money. Anyway, guys, right, conditioning's the king. It's the king of kings because it makes you feel good. It actually makes you feel like you're fucking training. It makes you feel a certain way. It makes you safe and comfortable in the knowledge that you are not only just a puff piece that's standing on stage looking a certain way, but you can roll with it too. You have got the backup to show that this is not just for aesthetics. It is something that we can put into action, and that's what conditioning is. It's the engine. It's the engine that powers the car. So we need to work on our conditioning, and this has never became so apparent to me, having not done my conditioning for the last 6 months. Jesus Christ, man. Honestly, I have never felt this bad in my entire life, fitness-wise. I feel like a sloth. I'm up 25 pounds. I tried to do a couple of burpees a few days ago, and it was agony. And I'm meant to be a burpee guy. So that was a wake-up call. Even though I'm probably looking the best I have in years, I'm not feeling the best. And it's because this just doesn't do it for me. Mentally, but I just don't feel the physical benefits other than looking in the mirror and feeling good about my muscles for 30 seconds, which is kind of sad. It's kind of sad. Whereas with the burpee training, you just have that vitality. You know you can go. You know you can handle some serious workouts. And that is why conditioning is king, because conditioning is going to actually feel like a workout. You need to feel like you're working out. You need to feel the challenge of working out, and that's what the conditioning workouts bring. They bring that challenge. They bring that sense of accomplishment. Now, if I hit a PB on weights, it feels alright. I'm not going to lie. But when I get 100 burpees under 5 minutes, I feel like I've scored a goal in the European Cup. That's what I feel like. Do you see where the true happiness comes from? Because one is just utter brutality. One is just trying to push something a wee bit further, or pull something a wee bit further for an extra rep. That just doesn't sit right with my brain. So conditioning is king. Conditioning is the fitness modality that's going to make you feel alive. It's going to make you feel so alive. You are going to feel so vibrant with that shit, knowing that you can pummel these insane workouts, these absolutely ball-breaking, ball-busting, terrorising workouts. Guys, we all remember our first 100 burpees. No, in fact, we all remember our first 100 unbroken burpees. We definitely remember our first 300 unbroken burpees. Because 300 unbroken burpees is like the 5k. It's not 500, the 10k, it's the 5k. Because it's more brutal. The 5k is more brutal than the 10k because you know the 5k is shorter, so you go harder because you know there's going to be less time involved. So you go harder, but it's a more vicious experience. And that is when you remember your first 300 burpees. But man, if you can pull off 300 unbroken burpees, if you can do that, you are top 1%. You are top 1%. Easy. Easy. That is a phenomenal achievement, and it can be done by anybody. It can be done in a month, 2 months of hardcore burpee training, and that is transcendental stuff. That is just taking it to the next level. And that is why conditioning is king. Conditioning is the king. Conditioning is the engine. Conditioning is the life force that is going to take your fitness and actually make it feel like you are doing something worthwhile. I cannot stress that enough. I cannot stress that enough. So for any guy out there who is training, who's throwing a bit of iron about, who's trying to get jacked, remember guys, do not neglect your conditioning. Brian Alsrew, if that's his name pronounced correctly, and if it isn't, a big apology to Brian. He made a video years ago, and it was such a profound statement in that video, which is that you will never enter a situation completely recovered in real life. You're always going to be carrying a degree of fatigue. So why not train for that by putting yourself through the ringer? Putting yourself through the ringer most workouts and then doing something after it. Being able to get into a situation where you are spent but you can still push that wee bit further. That's what gives you the confidence to train, and that is why conditioning is king. Conditioning is the king of fitness. Conditioning is in the name. It's the condition you are in. The condition you are in, not how you look, not how you move, but the condition you are in, the way you feel, man, because it all comes down to the way you feel in this game. It all comes down to the way you feel in this game. So guys, if you are in an area of confusion with regards to where you want to push your training, you need to bring the conditioning into a certain degree. You need to bring the conditioning block in. You need to start bringing the conditioning drill in, the conditioning workout. That way, you're going to start to learn how to train in this fashion. You're going to learn how to weather the storm, and your fitness is going to become exponentially increased in so many ways. And it's just going to do so many favours for you in other realms of fitness, guys. So conditioning is the king. King Charles royal family. Conditioning is the king. Guys, get your conditioning done. Get your fucking conditioning done. Anyway, once again, guys, pleasure. Thank you for staying strong and thank you for staying conditioned.